Alright folks, yesterday I made a long video on Hangman, how to do Hangman in Scratch, and it was 24 minutes long and it was kind of difficult. That video is still going to be there if you'd like to see it, if you think programming is kind of your knack and you'd like to see a more flexible, better way to do Hangman that it works for most any word. This is going to be for just one particular word, and I'm going to kind of do it the easy way that I can think of. Okay, so yeah, let me just say for this one I'm going to use letters to spell my word, that it will be hidden at the beginning. If the player guesses the right letter, it will reveal or show this letter, and when they're done, they'll get them all right. Okay, or it'll say you win. Okay, so I'm going to choose for my word. I think I'm going to do rat. I'm going to choose that one. And it kills me to do this. I saw a couple students doing it this way yesterday, and I was like, well, I guess that way should be easier, but I don't like it because it's not as programmy. But it's probably a good start. When we get to Python, we'll do the better way. So rat is my secret word, and if they can open or see inside, they'll see this right off the bat. So it has to be full screen or something that they can't see your sprites. But let's do this. Okay, so we're going to obviously hide these three words, or letters I mean. So I'm going to drag this block over and drop it. It will copy the hide to the other three. Cat's going to say, hey, guess a letter. And wait, and we'll do this, I guess when the green flag is clicked, or yeah. We're going to repeat this or keep doing it until something, right? We're going to keep saying, hey, guess a letter, guess a letter. We'll keep that in mind. We'll put it over to the side for now. But let's do it without the repeat block now. Let's just guess one letter, okay? So they're going to guess a letter, and remember, it's going to get stored in the variable answer. So let's run it, and I'm going to guess the letter Z. No, letter R. There we go. That should work, right? We'll just keep it all lowercase to make it easier. And the biggest thing to start off with is, if they did guess an R, what should I do? Well, I should show this R, right? So, where are you? I know you can do this. Come on. Pause it for a sec. If their guess was an R, or in other words, if their answer was equal to an R, then, now the question is, how can this kitty cat show the R? He can't really do anything with it because they're different sprites, but he can send it a secret message. Remember, under events, it can broadcast, hey, show R. Okay, and then what does R do? Well, when it's time to show R, it's gonna show its darn self. Okay, so let's go rinse and repeat this. I'm gonna duplicate, and I got an A and a T, and what do? Well, show A, and a new message, show T. I should have tested this first to make sure that it works, but it should work, right? These guys need a receive block to show themselves. And okay, when I receive, this is the A, and this one's the T. Okay. Oh man, I really hate this one. I don't like this Hangman at all. Let's start it. Okay, I'm gonna guess a Z. It just stops. Let's hit start again. R. There we go. Okay. So I think it works. If I guess anything wrong, it just stops. Let's do this repeat until, and this might actually be the harder part, or the fun part. What are we gonna do here? This is actually, it's not that bad. I want you to think for a sec. How long do I need to repeat until? Well, in English, repeat until all the letters are shown. But I don't have any way to keeping track of if the letters are showing or not, okay? So one way to do it, yeah, let's do it both ways. I can't honestly think of the best way to do it, but I can make a variable called letters correct, or letters guessed. Okay, when the game starts, we have 0 letters correct. Okay, we haven't guessed any right. And then what do I do when I guess one right? Well, I don't set it to a number. I'm going to change it by 1, right? So if I guess the R, the A, or the T, we're going to change it by 1. And then I'm going to repeat until the correct letters I've guessed. Well, how many letters are in my word? There's 3 of them, right? Oh, this is killing me to do it this way. I hate this. Okay, but it's easier. All right, click it. Z. Oh, and it needs to keep asking, right? So let's ask before I reveal letters. If I do it after, it might still work, but it'll be kind of funky. Here we go. So keep asking. Guess letters. Z, Q, D. And you can see I still have 0 letters correct. R, A, T. And then at the end, we should say, you win. Okay. So again, repeat until I got 3 letters correct. And then say, you win. Good job. Okay. Let's try it again. R-A-Z-D-S-T. You win. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things we could do to improve this. I want you to see that there is a showstopper here. Not just something that'd be nice, but something that's going to completely wreck this. Okay. Pause it for a sec and see if you can guess, or at least make your game to this point if you're following along, and see if you can find a way to wreck this, okay? I'm going to guess R, and how could I fool the game? How would I say, well, I guessed another letter right, even though I really didn't. I know there's an R in there. I'm going to guess an R. I'm going to guess an R. I just guessed 3 R's in a row, and I won because I got 3 correct letters, okay? You're like, crap. So here, there's a few ways to do it. I could, a sloppy way is to make 3 variables. Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't like this. I could make 3 variables, right? I could make a variable guessed R, guessed A, guessed T. That would all start at 0. In other words, I've guessed 0 R's correct and 0 A's correct and 0 T's correct. And then once I guess one, an R or an A or a T, then I change just that variable to a 1. I found my 1 R. And then I would do a bunch of ands here, right? Repeat until I've got my guessed A and guessed R and guessed T all equal 1. I got one of each letter correct. That's a kind of a hairy way to do it. That's probably the programmy way to do it. I want to see if there's a better way, a different way. Let's make a list. Let's fix this for all letters. Let's make a list called guessed letters. Okay. I want you to pause here if you're following along and see if you can do this. How long have we been rolling on this video? Not too long. Is it under 10 minutes? Yeah. Make a list called guessed letters. When we start, guessed letters is going to be empty. Okay. I'll put this in a separate block. There's no guessed letters. Okay. And then let's pause this for a sec. When I guess a letter, what am I going to do? Okay, so I guess Z, A, R, T, anything I guess. I'm going to do what to it? I'm going to add, not the word thing, not the letter Z, but how do I know what they told me? Well, it's an answer. I'm going to add whatever their answer is. And look, there's an R in answer right now. If I run this, it's going to add an R to guessed letters. But anytime they guess a letter, I'm going to add that to guessed letters, but only if it's not in there already. Okay? And I'm not sure if I'm doing this the best way, but let's try it. If guessed letters contains thing or does not contain thing. Do I want to add their guess to the list if it contains it or it, sorry, and this should be answer, right? If the guessed letters list contains their answer or does not contain their answer. Well, we could try it both ways and see which one works, but I already know I only want to add it to the list if it's not in there. Okay, so this is, I'm not saying you win yet, sorry, this is all kind of out of order, but guess a letter and wait for it, If it's not in there already, add it. And you know what? Let's do an if else. If it's not in there, add it. And what do we do? Let's try this. Like, I want you to, build up to this point and see what happens. If I run this, R. Oh, I'm starting it over every time. Z, A, T, and let's guess another T. T, D. Oh, look. It's not adding to the list if I guess D, D, D. So what we do in the else? If it's not in there, add it. Otherwise, if it is already in there, well, the cat should say, already been guessed. Try again. Now, if you have more than one of the same letter, like Mississippi, and they guess an S, you're going to have to show all your S's, right? You don't want to have an S already in there and then be mad at them that they're guessing S again. So, all right. I think we're doing pretty good here. If we keep going. Goodness, love it. All right, so put this back together. Let's check it out. Guess a letter. Z, D. D, D. Oops, been guessed already. D, guessed already. Let's try guessing an A again. Okay, A's already been guessed. Try again. Oh, and it's still giving me correct letters. Okay. Oh gosh, this one's a pain in the butt. We could keep asking them to keep guessing until they get a right letter. You know what? Let's do an and here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If they said an R and it's not in the list, and we don't need answer, I mean, we can do R here, right? Or it could be answer, but this is easier to read. If their answer goes R and they didn't already guess an R, then do that. Let's try this. And I know you're getting a lot of blocks here. That's the bad thing about Scratch, is it's just ugly. But let's try it. And I hope you're in the habit of pausing whenever you see a challenge that you think you might want to try. Okay. A. Oops. Z. 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 Okay, so R. Oh, crap. Oh, this is all R's, huh? Oops, I forgot to update it. Running that bad boy again. R. Oh, crap. Why is it not showing the R? If answer goes R. Oh. We added it to the guessed letters list too soon. Oh my goodness, this is hard. If it's not in the list. Sorry, I'm just dinking around here. If it's not in the list. Oh, then we don't need the and. You know what? What am I doing? I'm so sorry. We don't need this anymore, do we? We might. I don't know. Do I look like someone who knows what he's doing? Okay. So here's the deal. We only check to see if it's in the list once at the beginning. And if it isn't, then we can check to see if it's on R, N, A, or T. But if it is, we tell them to guess again. And then no matter what, when we're done, we add it to the list. Oh gosh, except, that's fine. All right, it's gonna add Z. Okay, guess letter Z. And then it's gonna add it to the, oh no. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is bad. We're actually re-adding it to the list again. But the nice thing is it kind of works. Okay, so this has been going on long enough. I'm gonna keep it. Oh, T. Guess a letter. Repeat until. Didn't we get to 3 letters correct? Oh, I got 12. Whoa. because I added a bunch of... Oh, what the heck's going on here? Z. Z. R. Whoa, I got 10 off an R. Oh, you dirty rat. Okay, sorry, I had the wrong number. There's an R. A, D. There we go. And kids, that's why you never do an equals here. You should always just check if it's greater than 2. Equals 3 is fine for this one, but that's what caused my program to break. Okay, so we've been going 15 minutes or so now. It's getting a little long in the teeth, but later on, and actually for those that want to challenge, this program should be able to handle any word, and not with this drawing pretty letters. I don't like this. I mean, it's cute if you're making an app or something, but it's not good for teaching you good programming styles, but easier to understand to start off with. So we're going to start with this version of Hangman, and obviously that you don't have a death, right? Maybe you need a max guesses. Maybe we should only let you guess 10 wrong letters, right? Let's go do that real quick. Okay, kitty cat. Repeat until letters correct is 3. You got all 3 right. Or when would you keep asking them, hey, guess a letter, until they got it, all of them right, or until they guess too many times. So I'm gonna do guesses, total guesses. Okay, when the game starts, total guesses is 0. Every time they guess, I'm gonna increase guesses by 1, whether it's right or wrong. I'll only do it if they guess one that hasn't been guessed. So if they already guessed it, I won't add it. I'll just say, oh gosh, where did it go? Guess a letter. Oh, it's right there. Change guesses by 1. Only if it's not been guessed already. Okay. And we're not going to just automatic. Oops. Add guess letter. Oh crap, where did you go? That's here, right? After they guess. Okay. Well, that might have fixed my other problem. Alright. So, we're not just going to say you win. We're only going to say you win if... So remember, there's 2 ways out now. Not just if they got 3 right, but it's also they could get out if they had too many guesses. Okay, so if guesses is, I don't know, greater than whatever you think, 10, 15, or something like that. Now, obviously not 26, because then they would be able to guess every letter in the alphabet. So now that they can get out on 10 guesses, we don't just say you win every time. If we did, they would just guess 10 wrong letters and then get out, escape this loop, this repeat until, sorry, this needs to go in here, and then get out. So, and again, looking at my blocks, looking at this right now, I just think that's a bunch of colorful crap. Like, I don't understand it when I look at it. You have to be the one that makes it all, layer by layer. It's hard to read other people's code unless you're the one that created it, or unless you follow it through line by line. And remember, these loops repeat over and over until this condition is false. We've talked about that before. These ifs only happen if the condition is true. An if inside an if only happens if both things are true. And these 3 ifs are inside this if. So the only way to get in to check for letter R, A, or T is if they haven't already guessed that, you know, and there's a whole lot going on here. But anyway, when we're out, we only say you win if they got the right guesses, right? If letters correct equals 3, right? If letters correct was not 3, then they must have got out the wrong way with doing 11 guesses. So then we would say, oops, sorry, too many guesses, okay? So remember, this if else happens after the end of the loop. Let's test it real quick. Z, D, Y, I, Q, E, F, G, H, J, K. Sorry, too many guesses.
Can I get Kayla Burgess and Rick Anderson to
R,
get
R,
with us, please?
R, and that's frozen. This is actually working good. And let's go A and a T. You win. All right, so there's the blocks of code. You could do it a different way, but this is the best short way I could find. If you want the hard way, look at the other video. Thanks for watching.